We're back. It's the first episode of Hold All Tickets for 2026 and it's Magic Million Weekend, Lammy.
It is indeed, and you and I are lining up on one at Flemington, both very keen there. And one of last year's Self Trumpeter winners has hit the ground running nice and early.
And the quiz is an absolute shambles, and we dig up some dirt on Brownie's past. Just remember, you don't keep the Browndogg down.
It's not hard to dig up my dirt. Plenty of best bets, plenty of black bookers as well. Tune in. We're back for another year, the first episode of Hold All Tickets for 2026. And like always, I'm joined by James Lamb and Marcus Pisano. Boys, welcome back. How was your summer break?
Yeah, ate too much, drank too much, played my first and potentially last round of golf
Right.
for the year. I don't think I've ever hit them worse. I don't know if you've ever played Lee and Gather.
Nah.
A lot of trees, and I think I decimated the koala population down there. So
I'm sort of a Royal Melbourne man, not a Land Gather.
yeah, I was down that way on holidays. So, but yeah, I think I'm done with golf.
And you ate too much, we could certainly tell.
Yeah, no, I've got the loose fitting t-shirt on today, and it's probably not as loose as I thought it was.
And Marcus, you've done yourself a mischief. What are you doing in a moon boot?
I have. Like Lammy's played his first and possibly last game of golf, I've possibly played my last game of cricket after breaking my foot, getting a toe crusher. It wasn't quite the same as your performance in the Shane Warne
I
legacy
heard
game.
it wasn't a toe crusher at all. It was
Yeah, it was just it was a loopy pie that just dropped on my foot.
But you played the game out?
Yeah, bowled 8 overs and fielded 40 after I broke my foot. So
Courage.
for the badge.
Yeah, wasn't it? Any highlights of the holidays?
Oh, just, of course, going away.
Yeah.
Going to the hot days, obviously. I went to Adelaide day 2 of the test. That was 42 degrees. So that was a bit of a stinker, seeing all the Poms get heat stroke. So that was a highlight for me.
Magnificent. Well, there's plenty of great racing and the Magic Millions, which is always a great week up there at the Gold Coast. Let's jump straight into the 2-year-old Magic Million Classic. $3 million in prize money here, and there's a $1.90 favourite, Woven, who's the Bjorn Baker colt that has just absolutely dominated in his career starts to date. 650 Ziploc. Tornado Valley's at $10. Shiki, which was pretty impressive for the Waterhouse Spot team. They like to target this race every single year, $11. Itching to Go, $14. Unit 5, $15. Have you looked at this race?
Yeah, it's pretty hard to tip against the fave. 2 from 2, combined margin of nearly 5.5 lengths. Stalked them in a small field at Eagle Farm last start and absolutely romped home. Could have won by more, but a bit more pressure in this. But after it drew so well, it's just you can see why they've crunched it into less than even money. So also in the right camp to hold its form. Third up. Sometimes with these juvenile horses, you sort of think, oh, can they do it again? Like, is it a flash in the pan? But I think Bjorn Baker, he's the right man for the job. But too short to back for me.
Yep.
So I'm going to have a place bet on Knightsbridge. James Harron, James McDonald, Waterhouse and Bott is a pretty good little recipe for a 2-year-old race. Forgivable first up. You never really want to see them leading down the Flemington straight. And the horse that won that day, Euro Canto, looks pretty promising. So I'm going to forgive that effort. Then came out and won in Sydney last start. So I think upwards of $5 the place makes a bit of appeal there. So you can have place bet on Knightsbridge and maybe a little same race multi as well with Woven to win and Knightsbridge top 4.
Marcus?
I think it's pretty straightforward. Woven gets it done with Rachel King on board. Was Eurocanto, was that in the black book as well?
Canto?
Yeah.
No, because it only had that one. We might have put it in after that start, but it's only had the one start.
I'm in agreement with you. I think Woven is clearly the horse to beat on the back of what he's done, but too short, $1.90. So maybe same race multis or however you want to play them. But I liked Itching to Go. I thought its debut performance was beaten by Ziploc. Not too far, and it's come out and won its next 2 and bolted into the Gold Coast last start by 4.5 lengths, and you're getting sort of 14, 15 to 1 around Itching to Go. So drawn a little bit wide.
Yeah, it's got brilliant gate. Well, it showed brilliant gate speed last time.
Do you think it'll jump and lead? There'll be a fair bit of speed on.
Without doing too much work, it can definitely run a drum. It's just how much work it has to do from that barrier, because I think for Itching to Go, the 1200 is probably the query. But yeah, the first 100, if it jumps like it did last start, it probably does get across and leads him, which is always a good place to be at the Goldie.
Notoriously, these 2-year-old races, there's a lot of early speed, isn't there?
Yeah, and a lot of jostling and a lot of interference. So being at the front of the field is certainly a positive.
This should be a fascinating race. We'll have a look at the 3-year-old, also a $3 million race. The prize money up on the Goldie is absolutely outstanding. And there's another really short price favourite, $1.85 for Ninja for Michael Friedman. Hungarian Dreams at $8.50. Double figure odds the rest of the field. Memo's $12. Spanish Treasure $14. Very open race. You're either in the camp of the favourite or you're prepared to take it on from that wide gate.
Yeah, I agree. It's either Ninja or choose your own adventure. So, look, Ninja's form just jumps off the page. I mean, it was close up behind Afterburners in a really fast race. First up, that form is outstanding. And then obviously destroyed them in the Vo Rogue last start. I think if he repeats that effort, he just bolts in again, even from barrier 17. I think the only thing that probably beats him, which could happen, is an off day for him because he's still pretty inexperienced, hot day up there, big crowd, pretty new to it. So if he fizzes up and things don't go his way, I think that's the only way he probably gets rolled. But another favourite is really hard to tip against on form. So, look, maybe we get even money on the day for Ninja. We'll wait and see. But another one that I thought was a sneaky place chance was Memo.
Yep.
Only one win from 13, but hasn't always had luck on her side. Gets J-Mac for the first time, which is, no disrespect to Tom Sherry, but that's a fair old jockey upgrade there. Beat home my girl, Point Barrow, at the Valley last prep.
Yep.
So neither horse had much luck that day. But, yeah, I think Memo's a good place bet. Maybe another one for the same race multi, Ninja to win and Memo top 3 or top 4.
Okay.
It's a bit of a shame that both races have such a short price favourite, but looking elsewhere, I think Saxabushi with Andrew Mallion on board could possibly be in the exotics you can feature. So even for a place being at $4.40 with tabs, 5 placings on the trot, including a trial run. So I think it's got every chance to finish across the line pretty early.
Absolutely. I was happy to have something small each way in a Hungarian Dream. I just, it's had 10 career starts, always runs a drum, been beaten not too far by She's an Alibi, potential superstar, and then Afterburners, as you mentioned, that form was franked on the weekend at the Gold Coast. So it's trialled around the track a couple of weeks ago. It's drawn well. We know it's got some class and
it's beaten Cool Archie up there too.
Yeah.
So it's Queensland form is very good.
Do you know what colour the red Ninja Turtle was?
What colour? I think he was red. Yeah.
The name?
The name. I have no clue.
Name?
I have no clue.
Do you know the name?
And even I would have got that question.
Do you know the name? No, Ninja. So Raphael, I think they call the stable name for Ninja. Yeah, it was red. I try one of those every week, don't I? It's an absolutely atrocious gag. The Magic Million Cup is a $2 million race as well. So we've just, there's $8 million between 3 races, and this is a cracker. Yellow Brick, much more open race, $4.40. Get a Fix, $6.50. Need some luck, $8. Bazusto, named after the great Peter Bazusto, $9.50. Cool Jakey, which is a nice horse. Good win last start, $9.50. Kings of Rosé. How have you looked at this race? A nice little 1,400 metre listed event.
Yeah, I'm pretty keen here, Brownie. I need some luck on a 1x3 basis. We're getting roughly $3 the place, which I think is a really good bet. 17 starts, finished in the top 2 on 13 occasions, so ultra consistent. Dominant winning at Flemington in Cup Week, and then just had nothing go its way in the meteorite at Cranny. Was never on the track, so I put a line through that one. Went to Eagle Farm last start off a little freshen and got the job done. 1,400, 3 from 3.
Yes.
And Berry has won 5 races on him, so ticks a lot of boxes, I think, for an $8 chance. So that's the way I'm going. Yellow Brick, the main danger, but 60.5, barrier 11. Did win with a big weight last start, but there's a lot more depth to this. So, yeah, I think Need Some Luck is a really good each way play in this.
It's a nice race, Marcus.
It is. I really like this race, and I'm on board with Lamby as well. I've gone Need Some Luck. As you mentioned, 3 from 3 over the distance, and just getting better and better each run, winning by more lengths and lengths.
I was with Get a Fix, $6.50 is about the right price. Was a good win at Flemington on Oaks Day, tipped out. First up at Canterbury, I think they just gave it a bit of a run, got back to last, hit the line well into 5th, up to the 1,400 second up. Barrier 1 though, for a horse that likes to get back, I'm not sure that's the best gate for it, but in light with the 53 kilos and certainly got a great turn of foot.
Copley's horse? Get a Fix?
Yeah. So I think he was even trying to ask Coxie for some time off to get up to the Magic Millions. So
Should have asked Coxie when he was at the cricket.
that's
Would
right.
have been a good time to get him.
Boy, he might have forgotten if he said yes.
Hopefully Lockie Neal wasn't asking Chris Fagan for some time off wanting to go watch his horse.
Yeah, that's right. So really good race, this one, and plenty of winning chances. They're the three races that we're going to look at the Gold Coast. What about Self Trumpeters? Because there was joint leaders last year, and there's plenty of interest. How have we started 2026?
Yeah, three winners last year. Wayne Ormond, Miles Fitzner and Manny Galagotis all finished on 9 votes each. So we've got a 3-2-1 to kick off proceedings this year. Bit of a quieter start. I haven't really been across
A few people on holidays.
Yeah, I've gone pretty lenient.
Right.
Yeah, so 1 vote for trainer Paul McVicker. And this was a likeable trumpet, tongue-in-cheek and self-deprecating, but it's a good story, so I wanted to give him a little 1 voter. His horse, the Sweeney, I don't know if you saw this, it opened $1.85 for race 6 at Seymour today.
Yeah, big drift.
Before drifting out to 101.
It
So
doesn't happen often.
the initial price was explained as a manual pricing error, so old fat fingers on the keyboard hit the wrong number. So anyway, I called him up to see what his reaction to the initial price was, because it was coming off a pretty ordinary maiden win. And he didn't know that it went up $1.85, but he did say the bookies, must have seen Paul McVicker from Jerilderie next to the horse's name, had him running scared. So he gets 1 vote for a little bit of third person work there, but a likeable trumpet. But
you reckon anyone took the $1.85?
The ultimate reverse plunge. Imagine if you put that in a multi. You were just going through and you say, I'll chuck this in the multi.
100% someone would have.
2 votes. One of last year's winners, Manny Galagotis. Manny posted a selfie in front of the Magic Millions Lavendi barn with the caption, "Who's purchased a Group 1 winner from Magic Millions? Just checking." Obviously has. Plenty of self-promoters getting airtime. Manny knows a fair bit about self-promotion. Rare piece of real estate having a name on a barn after winning a Group 1. Let's go again. It's bloody hard to do, but our formula works. So
Beautiful.
2 votes.
He's off to a
Manny.
flyer.
He's off to a good start. And 3 votes, Ben Carbonaro. He posted a question on Twitter. What are everyone's Magic Millions favourite moments? He then proceeded to provide his own favourite memories in a self-trumpeting blitz that included some of the best name dropping I've ever seen. I won't read it all out because I'll be here till the 2027 Magic Millions meeting, but this was the theme of the post. I was invited into the winner's room and then partied with connections in a private booth at 19. You know much about 19?
It's the top level of the Star. Yeah.
Got in any trouble
Is the
there?
pool? No, I haven't yet. No.
Won a few venues you wouldn't have. But that was the theme of Ben Carbonaro's thread.
Okay.
It was just him dropping a lot of names, a lot of trainers, a lot of owners. I don't know if anyone actually replied to his thread. I think it was just all him and his favourite memories. But good on him. He gets the 3 votes to kick us off.
Beautiful. The only nightclub I got into trouble up on the Gold Coast was Love. No, not Love. East nightclub. And that was after the Magic Millions 1 year. I got locked up and taken to the police station. And you're allowed 1 call, Marcus.
Yeah, I know the story.
And most people would call their lawyer, right, and say I'm in a bit of trouble. I called the venue to cancel my credit card because
Still had a tab.
I still had all the Suns boys running a tab up on me. I thought I'd be stuffed if I'm going to be locked up all night and keep paying for bottles. So, and then after they locked me up, that venue went into receivership and closed. So we got our revenge.
Jeez.
You never locked the Browndogg up. It's bad for business.
Jeez, Gold Coast are paying you well then.
Never lock the Browndogg up. Don't cage the Browndogg.
That might feature next week. Very good self-trumpeters for the start of the year. Keep sending them all through. We love hearing those. Black Booker time. Now, the question we pose is, do we completely wipe the slate clean for this year, or do we leave a few from the end of last year?
I've made a little bit of a cull because a few that we had in there have actually been exported, like gone to Hong Kong or whatever. So
we could still follow them in another jurisdiction.
we could, yeah. There's probably a name change.
Right.
So we've cut it down to, what have we got? We got 9. So I'll quickly run through who we got left. Wrigley Field, Point Barrow, Taina Alele, Guineas, made in Italy, who has disappeared off the face of the earth.
Yep.
After you said it was ready to win a maiden.
Gone
I don't
back
know
to
what's
Italy.
happened to it. Van Gogh Bank Check, Van Gogh, bank check. Barbie's Dream World, Smart Little Miss, and Mongolian Spring is who we've got left. And you're adding 2, I believe.
I am. I've done my work over the break, and I've seen a couple just off Broadway. Townsville, there was a horse that ran called Storm Capital. It was back near last on the turn, absolutely weaved its way through and flew late for third. It was first up for the new stable, and I thought next time that runs, that'll be winning. So that's Storm Capital.
Is it a maiden?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And then this week, actually, at Yarra Valley, Pittman completely bombed the start, like by 7 or 8 lengths, back last. Thought race over, and it was a staying race, but it actually worked through the line well to finish third. So I thought, with even luck, if it can jump out of the barriers, okay, next start. Pittman reminded me of Yana Pittman when she came on crutches and she threw them at the reporters that day. That's how Pittman got out of the gates. So they're the 2, Storm Capital and Pittman, that I reckon we put in the
Very good.
the black book.
We've got 2 running this weekend. So we've got Wrigley Field, back to last in a small field at last start, never in it. The leader just dictated completely. Rise in Trip, I think, suits. Well weighted after the claim. Just hope that it sits a little bit closer, but definite winning chance in race 3 at Flemington. And the other one is Smart Little Miss. Just keeps being sent out at big odds and keeps running well. So no reason to jump off her. It is a much tougher race though, but drops in weight, plummets down to 52.5. Likes the straight. I think she's gone up around $34 or $41. So another place bet on Smart Little Miss.
Beautiful. Hopefully the black book this year gives us much joy and value as we had last year, because we landed a few big prizes, didn't we?
We did, yes. She's Pretty Rich was the horse that was the Black Book Hall of Famer. I couldn't remember it on the show last time. But
that was the first week that I think it was maybe the second week I'd come in here to do stuff. And I thought, geez, Lammy's just tipping $23 pops that are bolting in. This will happen every week. And then, no, you're on fire. You're absolutely on fire. All right, there's also racing at headquarters, and we're going to have a look at race 6 at Flemington, which is the VOBIS Gold Reef. Over the mile, smallish field. Harry Jott, that's won a couple this prep, is your favourite at $3.10. Somewhere, $3.40. Jimmy the Bears at $5 with the top weight. Reset the Jazz 7s. Marigold $9.50. Make it sweet $10. Then we jump up to $21. Mix it. And Serious Statement at $26. Interesting race, this one. I'm interested to see where you land.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Jimmy the Bear, but I reckon one more run before we back him. He hasn't. I think he's quite shown enough in 2 runs back to be diving in here with 61 kilos, giving the rest of the field 7 kilos. So, look, I could be wrong, but I think he might be primed 4th up.
Okay.
So I'm going with Somewhere. Good win over this route last start. Set outside the favourite leg drive up on the speed. Kicked pretty hard with 60 kilos, and leg drive dropped right out. So it dropped out to beat 1 home, I think, and Somewhere kept going. I think there's further improvement to come. Showed last start that it has a bit of tactical speed. It had been going back in its races, and but it jumped well last time and went forward. So I think it can be in the top 3 or 4 from barrier 2 and can make it 2 from 2 over the Flemington Mile. And then, Harry's Yacht is the next one. But, I'm pretty keen on Somewhere.
Yeah, I think it's a fairly open race. I think I'm happy to sit out of this one. But if I was going to go with anyone, it would be the favourite, Harry's Yacht.
Well, I'm in agreement with you. Somewhere, I thought was braver than Rocky Balboa at Flemington last start, because while it sat outside the leader, they did take each other on for a little bit. Yeah. Didn't have a lot of peace. Was in front a long way from home, and I kept expecting the horse to puncture, a bit like the horse on its inside leg drive did. You just kept finding and finding and finding.
It was blowing a gale during that race.
Yeah.
As well. Umbrellas were flying across the lawn.
Really, this is obviously a little bit tougher, but I thought we can absolutely beat the favourite Harry Jott here with Somewhere. So
lining up.
That's it's nice when we align. The first quiz of the year, I've taken a little bit of time over the break for some self-reflection, and I need to hear the question before screaming out what could be the potential wrong answer.
You're coming off a last start win, though. You're only as good as your last quiz.
Well, that's true.
To be fair, you can chime in whenever you want with this one. It's a little bit different this time.
Okay,
which
what's the
probably
topic?
Suit you, Brownie. It's a Who Am I? Surrounded by, well, we obviously got the Magic Million sales, but surrounded by horses that were absolute steals and have gone on to absolutely exceed their sale price in terms of prize money. So I'm going to give you 3 clues for each horse.
Yep.
If you chime in on the first clue and you get it correct, you get 3 points, then 2 points,
Okay.
then 1 point.
Nice new system. Did you come up with this?
No. No, of course not. Now, horse number 1 was purchased for $22,000 at the Magic Million sales in 2009.
Oh, it's going back.
Anyone want to chime in?
2009.
It won 6 Group 1s and also won overseas between 2013 and 2016. That was for 2 points.
Buffering?
Buffering is correct.
Well done.
2 points,
Only
Lamby.
20.
Queensland horse.
Only 20.
There was a Socceroo, Australian Socceroo player that was involved in that, and he sold his share. I'm not sure why. I think they might have had a dispute just before it went on to win all the Group 1s.
Obviously, Football Australia don't have the cash around, and they still don't. Horse 2, purchased for $55,000 at the 2018 Magic Million sales.
2018 Winks.
18.
Once you chime in,
Yep.
he
Oh, no.
gets the rest of the clues. He gets the rest of the clues. Just keep that in mind. You've already gone against what you said you'd do, Brownie.
That's a bit like all my other news resolutions.
For 2 points, winning 7 Group 1s over $10 million worth in prize money.
I know.
Alligator
I actually.
blood.
Nah, can I come back in?
Sure.
Sunlight.
It was alligator blood. 4 points for Lamby and none for Brownie.
How many questions?
There's 5 horses, so there's still a comeback on offer, Brownie. Come on, you got this. You got this. This is quite possibly the cheapest one. Purchased for just $11,000 at the Adelaide Magic Million sales. That was for 3 points. Now for 2. Winning over $3 million in multiple Group 1s, including the McKinnon Stakes and the Emirates Mile. All right, 1 point. In 2013, it won the Turnbull and then ran second to Seamus Award in the Cox Plate. Who am I?
Second Cox Plate?
In 2013.
Nah, don't know.
No answers here.
I would have been at the
Nothing
race
at the
too
gates.
that day.
The answer is Happy Trails.
Okay. Not a high profile horse, that one, was it?
Pretty popular though.
Yeah.
Just not on this couch, unfortunately.
Alrighty, 4th horse. Earned over $6 million in prize money, winning group races in multiple countries.
Multiple countries.
Yeah, that was for 3 points. Now for 2. These races included the King's Stand at Ascot, plus wins in Japan and Singapore.
Take over Target.
Correct.
Is that a Magic Millions buy?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
No, it doesn't have to be a Magic Millions buy, but
so
just
changed
horses that have gone
right. We just changed
Bargain
it.
buys. Yep.
So I think that's
Mid-quiz.
the win now for Lamby, but we'll finish off for a bit of fun.
Okay, and a bonus point. Who trained it?
Joe Janiak.
Another bonus point. What was his job?
Double it up
before
with
that?
Taxi driver.
He knows everything.
Have I scored yet? No.
No, this is your last chance to get points on the board, Brownie.
Yeah.
Purchased initially for $7,000 in New Zealand and then sold to Australian owners after its maiden win. Won over $3.5 million and won 4 Group 1s in the mid-90s. That was for 2 points. Lastly, won the 95 Caulfield Melbourne Cup double with Ollie aboard.
Might and Power.
Might and Power is incorrect.
95. 95. Was that Dreams?
It was Doremus. There you
Might and
go.
Power beat Doremus a couple of years later in the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah, correct.
You don't get a point for that.
That's 0 points. There's no bonus points for that.
I couldn't have started the year off any worse.
Well, I think that's the first clean sweep. Yeah.
Any jocks on under those jeans?
Well done.
Not
Good
at East
questions.
nightclub
Good
as well.
questions. All right, now it's time to get into the best of the day. Lammy, over to you.
Yep. I'm keeping it simple. Week 1, we're just going to have 100 the win on Flemington race 8, number 2, St. George. Mars really got him flying at this prep. He only goes up 1 kilo after romping home in a very similar race at Cranbourne last start. Just missed behind Kingswood at Flemington 3-back, and Kingswood's since gone to New Zealand and won a Group 1. So form is very nice. And drawn barrier 7, the main danger, Dark Bonnie, has drawn gate 12 and rises in grade pretty sharply. So I'm keen on St. George around the $3 quote.
All right. This is just a note because I've got a runner, Canterbury race 2, number 7, Master Zeus. that Peter Moody had, and he shipped off because he didn't think it had enough ability. It's gone to Sarah Ryan and was a good second last start. Regan Bayliss got off and said, I think it'll win next start. It's running tomorrow night, Canterbury, race 2, and it's $8 Master Zeus. So, little side note.
Inside mail.
Yeah, inside mail.
But not confident enough to put it in your $100 betting strategy?
Nah.
Just a little side note?
Just wanted
trying to be a bit of a market
the followers and listeners to know about it. In case it does win at $8.
Black Book, possibly, in the future.
Yeah, or one of my brown bookers, as I call them. My best of the day is Flemington Race 5, number 6, Celerity. Absolutely bolted in on New Year's Eve. This is the Kieran Ma runner. It was its first go up the straight. Very, very good win. This is a little bit harder, benchmark 78, and slightly up in trip. But if it can replicate the performance it put up only a couple of weeks ago, I think it'll be awfully hard to beat. The market agrees it's about $2.30. So, Marcus?
Just got the one Omen bet for you. I forget where it's running, but it's a race 4, number 4. It's out somewhere. I think it might be in Flemington actually. I think it's Flemington race 4, number 4. Dartboard, and that's a little omen to the socials on Punters. Go check it out. Bullseye Bets. It's a very fun little game we've got going on over there on the socials. So dartboard, I think it's about 150 to 1. So it's going to be an absolute roll of the dice whether that gets up. But just quickly before we finish off, we copped a message in the group chat during the week of someone getting stitched up in, I believe it was 2013 in a Magic Millions race with a bit of an early crow, Brandon.
Yeah, no, well, that was me. Yeah, it was my first taste of a Magic Millions runner, and had a horse called Sweet Idea. And she was running the 2-year-old race. And Gay Waterhouse was always quite bullish about her performance. So I backed her very early in the market, like 40s. And she made it through on the day, jumped, went to the front, typical Waterhouse spot fashion, hit the front by like 2.5, 3 lengths with 200 to go. And I was on the finish line with a few of the Suns boys. I thought I'd won an absolute fortune, only for a horse called Real Surreal to weave its way through and collar us late. And we gapped third and only backed her to win, of course. And it was just a devastating moment. I thought I was home.
Any truth to the rumour that we might have been talking 6 figs?
Yeah, it was going to be a big payday. But anyway, not to be. And as devastated as I was, we went into the mounting yard after the race, and in typical Gay fashion, she was all, she said, well, we'll just have to come back and win it next year, the 3-year-old race. And that's exactly what we bloody did. Which was the night I spoke about getting locked up. I've got mixed emotions around the Magic Millions.
Roller coaster ride.
Geez, it's a good week, but you just got to be careful. There's an episode of Hold On Tickets. I hope you enjoyed our first show for the year. See you next week.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.